Hey guys, it's Angel with Angel Owens Photography. I'm a wedding photographer based in Texas, and each Wednesday I get to share with you some tips and tricks that will hopefully make your wedding planning go easier and run a lot smoother. The question came in on how to make the guest list easier because there's a lot of stress that goes into the guest list and writing it up and all the ins and outs of it. So first off, if you have been married before and you're watching this, probably won't mean much use to you, but you will know exactly what I mean when I say the guest list is difficult. For Mike and I, that was hard for us too because we had so many friends and family and we didn't want to cut anybody off, and it's a very soft subject. I want to share with you 3 tips though that will hopefully allow you to look at it at a different way, and hopefully you'll be able to take something from it. So tip number 1 is establishing your budget. The reason why I say this above everything is because the budget really does dictate the venue, the capacity of the venue. It dictates the caterer and what you're able to serve to your guests, whether that's a plated meal or a buffet dinner. It also dictates the cake and how many slices your guests can receive. The budget is so important in order to start your guest list, and most couples don't think about the budget as helping them with their guest list, but in reality, your budget is connected to everything else you do in the whole planning process. So you need to knock that out before everything. And quick tip, while you're talking about the budget with everyone, if you have your parents, your in-laws, your fiance there, this would be the perfect time to bring up the guest list. Because traditionally, bride and groom gets half the guest list and each set of parents get the other half. Or I've seen it done where the bride and her parents get half of the list and then the groom and his parents get the other half. This just makes it fair for everyone. Just be sure you talk about it and that you're on the same page with everyone who is financially helping you with your day. Tip number 2 is the AMV list. So there's a lot of people who like the idea of the AMV list, and then there's people who get really offended by the AMV list. So real quick, what this list even is you start off with your A-list. Your A-list is a list of people that you must have at your wedding. So like your closest friends, your family members, your wedding party, all of those people that really need to be at your big day and you couldn't do your day without. And then you have the B list. The B list is still people you really, really want to invite. The people that you put on that list, they have a special place in your heart. There's nothing against them not making it to the A, but then being on the B means 1, you maybe didn't have enough on your budget to fit that many more people in, or 2, the venue doesn't allow that capacity. So whatever your reason is for having them on the B list, that is okay. So this really is a tough subject, and the reason why people get offended by the B list is because they think that they're your backup option. So let's be honest real quick. If you are that person on the B list and you find out you're the person on the B list, it's nothing against you, and it's not that you're a backup option. The bride and groom just simply don't have enough room at their venue, or they didn't have it in budget. So rather than getting all defensive about being on a B list, think about it from their perspective and how it's so great that they still have you on a list and they have your name there ready for when someone on the A list cancels who is like a family member or their close family friends. When someone like that cancels, then you can get that spot. And I think it's still such an honor. And if I were to be on the B list, I would still be very excited that I was even thought about. So if you're a bride or groom, don't feel bad about having to do an A and B list. If you still kind of have a weird feeling about it and that you don't want people finding out that you put them on a B list, the best way to go about this is sending out your invitations prior to the normal send out date. What I mean by that is try to send out your invitations 10 weeks early, and so then when you get those RSVPs in from your A list, you can transfer them over really quickly to the B list. Just make sure that you have a separate RSVP for the B list. So tip number 3 is venue capacity. Let's say your number is 200 or 250 and you're touring a venue that you didn't realize was in the 150 range. They probably won't book your wedding because your list is too large for their capacity. So keep this in mind before you even tour. If your guest numbers really don't match up with a venue that you absolutely love and you really wanted to get married at, still plan a time to go up there and talk with them, see if they have any alternative options. I know some venues will allow you to have a tent outside, or there's different things that you can do. Some venues, though, I will say, are very particular with this because they know what works for their specific venue, whereas other venues will allow you to be more flexible and really work with you. So figure out their rules, figure out their regulations, because this is something that you're really going to want to know before you book the venue, even if they do say the numbers match. So that's all I have for my 3 tips, and like always, there is a blog post that goes along with this video. On the blog post I list 5 tips, whereas here I have only listed 3. So go check out that blog post if you're somebody who is still struggling with what to do on your guest list and really trying to make everything work. If you'd like to learn more about wedding ins and outs, please subscribe to my channel. Each Wednesday I will share with you new tips that really do go a long way in planning your wedding. If you have a question or something that you don't know the answer on, please leave it in the comments and I would love to make a video on it for you.